Good afternoon, all of you. Just raise your hands if I am audible in chat box. Tarush, Nikita, good afternoon. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. 96 participants, 101 participants. Huh? All right, lower your hands. Thank you. So we have completed classical encryption techniques yesterday. All right, and today we are going to start with substitution cipher. And we have already discussed categories of substitution cipher. They are monoalphabetic cipher. There are two broader categories, monoalphabetic and polyalphabetic. In monoalphabetic, we have discussed about Caesar cipher, and I believe almost students have done practical one in their information security lab. Am I right? Have you done this practical? All right. All right, Gamit, Nikita. Substitution वाले में problem है. We will discuss, Tarush, if you are having any problem. All right. So these are the categories we are having. Caesar cipher, monoalphabetic cipher. Actually, Caesar cipher is an example of monoalphabetic cipher itself. Playfair cipher, again monoalphabetic cipher it is. Then polyalphabetic cipher. We are having example of Wisner cipher. Wisner cipher is an example of polyalphabetic cipher. We will do that as well. All right. One-time pad is again example. One-time pad may fall in both categories, polyalphabetic or monoalphabetic. All right. Ritvik, lower your hand. If you are having any query, you can write in chat box. All right. Anji, wait. So Caesar cipher, we won't spend much time on it. Caesar cipher, as you have already done practical on it, so it is the earliest known substitute cipher, and it is example of monoalphabetic cipher. Means one element is substituted with one element only. Or for example, if this is the pattern, for example, there is a word Ohio State and it has to be encrypted. So RKLR, VW, DWH, depending on this correspondence. All right. This is plain text and this is corresponding ciphertext. So if we follow this rule, then Ohio State will be encrypted into RKLR, VW, DWH. If anyone is unable to hear me, then he or she may reconnect. Yes, lab may be. This is first practical actually. So cipher is the first practical, Nikita. So You will do Playfair cipher as second practical. So mathematical model is also there for C. If the E is the encryption algorithm and K is the key and P is the plain text, then we can get the ciphertext. Ciphertext is equal to encryption algorithm and K is the key and P is the plain text. All right. So mod 6, why it is saying mod 6? Because Caesar cipher is a encryption algorithm that works on only English language alphabet. That is 26 letters alphabet only. That's why when we do something mathematically on it, then mod 26 is used. Why P plus K? Because this Caesar cipher just shift how it substitute the elements by shifting them by a particular place according to key. If key is as a standard key is 3 in Caesar cipher, as a standard key is 3, but you can also input key different keys in the program of Caesar cipher. If you have done the program, then you must know that key could be 4, key could be 5, key could be 2. All right, so you can implement with different key values. All right, so depending on the key, the letters are shifted rightwards. All right, and decryption is its reverse. So what is key space? That is 0 to 25, that is 26. All right, it is vulnerable to brute force attack. Why it is vulnerable to brute force attack? Any guess? Any Hanji students? Tarush, any guess? Why it is vulnerable to brute force attack? You can write in chat box, Amandeep, or you will use mic. Yes, no one apart from Amandeep. It is vulnerable to brute force. Same character will have the same value. Frequency. You can talk about frequency. Yes, you're right. Makes difficult to work on it. Amandeep, you are nearby because the frequency of letters will be same in the English language. If I am saying that A is being replaced by K, all right, then the frequency of A in the plain text will be the frequency of K in the ciphertext. All right, so frequency remains same. That means the structure of the message, plain text message, is there intact in the ciphertext message. That the structure has not been changed. All right, so if the structure has not been changed, then the cryptanalysts can guess the key. All right, they can launch a brute force attack. What is a brute force attack? That exploits every possibility to break the code. That is brute force attack. All right, so monoalphabetic substitution ciphers, we have done Playfair, this Caesar cipher, that is also an example of monoalphabetic. Yes, possibility to detect the code, basically. Yeah, right. So if this is a plain text, this is ciphertext. In case of monoalphabetic cipher, it is considered that a fixed letter will be used to replace another fixed letter. All right. For example, throughout the text, A will be replaced by N. Throughout the text, J will be replaced by P, and so on. All right. So these changes will, nothing will change here. All right. So throughout the text, in case of monoalphabetic cipher, a fixed letter will be replaced by another fixed letter. So in case of monoalphabetic cipher, we have 26 keys, obviously, if 26 letters are to be replaced by another 26 ciphertext letters, so that means we have 26 keys. All right, so it is a little bit not absolutely, but a little bit more secure against brute force attack. Again, it is not secure against cryptanalytic attack because the language characteristic or the structure remains intact in the ciphertext messages. ठीक है जी. So what makes cryptanalysts to exploit the code or to decipher without having the key? It is a language statistics, and you can call the structure of the language. All right, language statistics. As human languages are not random, first of all, letters are not equally frequently used. Some letters are having more frequency, some are having less frequency. So in English, you can see that E is having the highest frequency to be used. E is the most used or most commonly used letter. All right. So if E is being replaced by some another letter, for example N, then obviously N will be having the highest frequency, and any attacker who is able to intercept the information, who is able to compromise, or we can say confidentiality is lost. Everyone remember, we have discussed about confidentiality, that when A is sending some information to B, if this information can be accessed by C or some attacker or malicious user, then we say that this attacker has intercepted this information, or confidentiality of this information is lost. Confidentiality of this information is lost. So first requirement of any code to be detected, any code to be deciphered, is that the code has to be intercepted. Means attacker should be able to get the ciphertext, all right, which is flowing over the network. All right, decrypt फिर होगा. Only he can decrypt it only when he got the encrypted message. First of all, the attacker has to get the intercept the encrypted message. So first step is to intercept the message, to compromise the confidentiality. Second is, now he has got the code which is not readable, which is encrypted message. Now the attacker will try to decipher that code using different cryptanalytic techniques. All right. So if for simple encryption, if we are saying that E is the most commonly used letter, and if E is converted into N during encipherment, whenever the message is being encrypted, if E is being replaced by N, then N will be the most common letter in the ciphertext. So attacker can guess that E has been replaced by N. So he will calculate the difference between E and N and try to find out if the key is the difference between E and N. All right. So these are cryptanalytic techniques which are used by attackers. So other letters are that are followed by E are T, R, N, I, O, A, S. All right. We are also having some pairs of letters like AE, TI, TH. So these are the letters which are being used as a combination. We are also having letters of pairs of three letters like THE, ION, TIO, like this. All right, or ES. So these are the patterns which are commonly known to the cryptanalysts, and they try to exploit these patterns. So this is the frequency for alphabets. If we say that individual alphabets, E is having the highest frequency in English language, followed by T, followed by A, followed by O, then N, and so on. All right. So frequency of single letters is the most common thing, and although it is obsolete, because nowadays the encryptions are far more secure, and they can't be messages can't be deciphered by an attacker or a cryptanalyst by using this technique. Double letters combination TH, HEIN, ER, ES, ON, AN. These are the common letters which are used as pairs. ENT, like MENT, supplement or something, ION, TIO, FOR, NDE. All right. So these are pairs of three which are commonly used. They can also be used by cryptanalysts. Now, how these frequencies or how these pairs are being used by the attackers. So if the encryption is monoalphabetic encryption or substitution, then in such a case, they will not change the relative letters frequency. All right. So to attack, we have to calculate letter frequencies for ciphertext and to compare this distribution against the known one. All right. First of all, the letters frequency of the ciphertext can be calculated using a simple program. All right. Putting the counter, using the counter, and after calculating the frequency for each letter, so this is a typical example for cryptanalysis. If this is the message, ciphertext message, and first of all, relative frequencies will be counted for each letter, and the guess is that for P, Z, E, and T are used. For P, Z, E, and T are used. So from this guess, ZW will make T and T and H. ZW will make T and H. The guess will say that ZWP will make THE, and similarly others of THE like ES, some more pairs will be formulated, will be guessed, and the entire message will be decrypted. This is the most basic type of cryptanalytic attack. And the answer to this encryption will be, it was disclosed yesterday that several information and whatever this is. All right. So these are the frequencies that can be calculated in terms of floats through any simple program. So next is in the row is Playfair key matrix. In Playfair key matrix, you have to remember two things. That first of all, you have to formulate a 5 by 5 matrix. Second thing is that whatever plain text message you are having, you have to take 2 letters at a time. 2 letters of the plain text at a time. If you want to encrypt this message, duplicate, All right, you will take two letters DU as a pair, then PL as a pair, then CA as a pair, and so on. All right. So let me give you a polling question. Then we will understand this with the help of a whiteboard. Here, I can't explain it like this. There are 4 rules which you have to follow for Playfair key matrix. Answer this polling question based on our discussion. Which are the most frequently found letters in the English language? मैं इसको दोबारा से करता हूँ क्वेश्चन थोड़ा. The most frequently found letters in the English language is EA, EO, ET, or EI. E is the most frequently used letter. What was the second one? You have to find out that. Sixty students haven't responded. Work faster. Respond fast. Right answer is ET. E is the most commonly used letter in English, and T is the second most commonly used letter. So answer is third. Your responses are being recorded in the polling. So if ever I need to give marks of engagement, then I will. So Caesar cipher. Sorry, Playfair cipher. Web it is saying A is the second 8 point something. No, T must be. Okay, we will discuss this later on. All right. T must be the second most used letter after E. You can just take example of some paragraph also. All right. In Playfair cipher, we are having maybe on some website it would be like this. Amandeep, I'll show you graph of this also. In Playfair cipher, we are having some key. For example, in our PPT, we have taken a key monarchy. MONARCHY, monarchy. So monarchy is the key. We are having a 5 by 5 matrix. 5 by 5 matrix will hold 25 letters, although we are having 26 letters. So I and J are used as a combination. I and J are used as a combination. All right. So either I or J may come in the cipher text. So our 5 by 5 matrix will be first filled with this key, and rest of the elements will be filled which are not in this key, like M, O, N, A, R, C, H, Y. MONARCHY. Monarchy. After this, you will start filling the rest of the things in this. So A has already been included. B is not there. C is already there. D is not there. E, F, G, H is already there. I and K. L, M is already there. N is already there. O is already there. I, J, sorry. I, J, K, L, M, N, O is there. P, Q, R is there. S, T, T, U, V, P, T, and not E, A. Rishabh Anurag, according to data with me, T is having more frequency. Tarush, we are going to discuss this, how I and J are being combined. All right. All right, Rishabh, T is having more frequency than A. We will discuss this. Let me check from where Amandeep has seen. Amandeep has sent me some frequency percentage. All right. So L, P, Q, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y is already there, and Z. All right. There are 4 rules we are having for Playfair cipher. Rule number 1, for row. Now let us consider we are having some letter like MAN and MEN and FAN. So these are three words we want to encrypt. You can write them in a single line also. MAN, MEN, and FAN. We will take them separately. All right. Don't take them as a sentence. Just for to make you understand and to give you examples, I have taken these examples. All right. So first rule says that if both the letters, I have told you that in Playfair cipher, when you are going to encrypt a message, you have to take 2 letters at a time. 2 letters at a time. All right. You have to consider 2 letters at a time. So if M and A are considered, first rule says that if both the letters are falling in the same row, if both the letters are falling in the same row, M and A are falling in the same row here. In that case, the letters will be replaced by the letter on the right circularly. The letters will be replaced by letter on the right circularly. Like M and A will be replaced by, M will be replaced by O, and A will be replaced by R. All right. Why it is saying circularly? Because if last letter is there, if R has to be replaced, then if this is MAR, all right, or M is not there, AR is there. अगर हमें खाली AR को encrypt करना हो, then AR can be encrypted. A and R both are in the same row. A will be replaced by R, R will be replaced by M circularly. All right, that's why it is saying circularly. So if both the letters are falling in the same row, they will be replaced by letter on the right circularly. Is this clear? First thing, first rule for Playfair cipher. Raise your hands. Is this clear? Second, if both the letters are falling in the same column. Second rule is for columns. Or column, you can say, not S. If both the letters in MEN, M and E both are falling in the same column. M and E both are falling in the same column. So when both the letters which are to be encrypted falling in the same column, they will be replaced by the letter below them. So M will be replaced by C, M will be replaced by C, E will be replaced by L. So both the letters will be replaced by the letter below them circularly. Why it is saying circularly again? If U is somewhere, अगर ये MU होता है, MU. In case of M and U, M will be replaced by C, U will be replaced by M circularly. That will be CM. All right. Second rule. Is this clear? These are clear. In case of both the letters falling in the same column, same row, they will be replaced by letter on their right circularly. In case of both the letters in the same column, letters will be replaced by letter below circularly. Yes or no? Is this clear to everyone? Raise your hands. Column 1 more. All right, wait for a moment, Tarush. I am going to explain it again. Like somewhere it is written MUSA. You have to encrypt this word MUSA. So in Playfair cipher, both M and U has to be encrypted as a combination, and S and A has to be encrypted as a combination. All right. So M and U both are falling in the same column. They are not in the same row. They are in the same column. All right. When both of them are in the same column, they will be replaced by the letter below them circularly. Letter below them in this, you have to create this matrix first with the help of the key. You have to create this matrix first with the help of this key. All right. When you are able to create this matrix, after that you have to see whether the both the letters which you are going to encrypt, they are in the same row. First of all, you have to check row. If they are not in the same row, then you have to check whether they are both of them are in the same column or not. So if they are M and MU both are falling in the same column here. M is here, U is here. All right. So M will be replaced by C, M will be replaced by C, U will be replaced by circularly M, because there is no letter below U. We don't have any letter below U. So U has to be replaced by circularly by M. All right. Now S and A. S and A again falling in the same column. S and A are again falling in the same column. So A will be replaced by letter below it, that is B, and S will be replaced by letter below it, that is X. So CM X, for A it is B. Yes, right. CMXB. All right, CMXB is the corresponding cipher text of MUSA. Right? So the second rule. Now third rule. Third rule says that if two letters are repeated, for example, we have a letter eel. Eel. All right. Sorry, word. We have word eel. So double E is there. For double E, capital X is the filler. For double letters, either it is double E or it is double V or it is double O or it is double A or anything else. All right, double T. So all such kind of double pairs, they will be replaced by capital X. It is called filler. Or for double M also appears sometime. Committee. In committee, double M and double T would come, na? Right? So this is third rule. For double letters, double letters pair, they will be replaced by filler like capital X. So remember capital X only. You don't need to go for other fillers. All right. So this is third rule. Fourth rule is that if all these three rules are not satisfied, means both the letter which we want to encrypt, they are not falling in the same column, they are not falling in the same row, they are not double letter pair. What would happen? For example, if we say there is a letter Yes, yes. Eel, no, eel will not excel. L will be replaced by something else. L paired with next letter in the row. All right. Next letter in the row, or if it is the last word, then it will be used with the previous one, like EL. If it is the last word in the message, then it will be paired with the previous letter. So then for double letters, what are you saying here? Different algorithms use different strategy, Amandeep. All right, let me finish this. We will discuss later on. All right. So fourth one is, if, for example, there is a pair like PAN, PAN, PAN. So for PA, P is falling somewhere here and A is here. Neither they are in the same column nor they are in the same row. In this case, P will be replaced by letter in the same row but in the column of A, that is S, and A will be replaced by letter in the same row but in the column of P, that is O. So PA will become SO. All right. So these letters will be when they are not in the same column, they are not in the same row, they will be replaced by letter which is in the same column but in the other row. All right. So we will continue from this in the next lecture. Thank you, all of you.